That's right. This is Skirk. This isn't your first time here. But what you remember is probably a space... Actually, it's my first... I only managed to break free and bring... Call it... Now, before I take you to her, I gotta ask. You're the first outside visitor to ever... Oh, you noticed. This river strength acute, but when all she sees reflect...
You must learn to shut out all the pointless...
This isn't my first taste of failure.
The answer to one mystery invites another. Let's follow the river. I've always thought that, even when falling leaves don't come from the same tree, they can like meteors. You both made a journey through the stars. Both travelers who have landed on a planet that is not your home. Yet, when she first noticed your presence, although... Seems like you've answered your own question. Skirk sees herself as a trespasser in this world. She's made a call. Let's keep going. It's still a long way to the source.
You now have what it takes to wield immense power. From this day forth, no one can become a worthy warrior through imitation alone. I have given you...
You wish me to travel the world beyond on my own, Master?
Indeed. Make new friends. Embark on your... We will still have contact through the abyss. But know this. One day, I will take the life you worked...
Why? What do you do?
I have told you before. Fear is the catalyst for human evolution. You have tasted loss. You have known fear. So deep, but as living beings, we all have an instinct to detach from that which harms us. And thus, pain dampens over time. And the acrid taste of fear. Yet now, I have bestowed...
That is what Skirk's master... Of course, as a higher being, physical... He could appear as a bee.
For certain reasons, I need to bridge the power gap between me and my master as quickly as possible. But first, to do that, I need to follow in his footsteps. Walk the path he once walked.
I'll let you in on a little secret. The real Surology is terrifying. The scope of his power is impossible to understand until you experience it firsthand. It is absolute. The power to crush all things. Shall we keep going? Let's see. We're about halfway there. We've made it quite a ways already. This is Skirk, when she first began training under Surology.
I have set your broken wrist. Tomorrow, you're to train twice as hard. No tears this time. Good. Attempting...
Can I ask a question? I keep thinking. Maybe it would be better if I had died. I wouldn't be haunted by that fire all the time. I wouldn't have to go on like this.
I saved you because I have a plan for you. It has been too long since I fought a battle that demanded my full strength, and I hunger for it. So, I will teach you everything I know. Train you by whatever means necessary, in the hope that one day, you might surprise me.
But I don't want to draw my sword against you.
What you want matters little. Among the boundless sea of stars...
Yes, Master.
From that day forward, all she knew was grueling training, emptiness, and fatigue. After some time, her talent bloomed, and she gained control over her. It was not that human emotion disappeared from her heart, but that reason came to dictate. I almost don't want to reach the end. Well, shall we? This is the final stretch. These are Skirk's happiest memories. What a simple and carefree time it was. Wisps of clouds dotted the sky. The sun bathed everything in golden light. And when song filled the air, not even the shyest of flowers could. This is Skirk's homeland. She was so curious about it. There was so much to discover. The treasures at the bottom of the sea. The secrets beyond the stars. And it was a spaceship. When it arrived, the people that disembarked, Skirk's parents, her relatives, her neighbors, everyone welcomed the newcomers with open arms. No one had any idea of what was to come. Several months later, an army of unknown origin arrived without warning and carried out a ruthless campaign to destroy everything. And Skirk had skipped school that day, like so many times before, so she was not caught in the immediate wave of destruction. But when she came home that day, only fire and ruin awaited her. Countless people cried out to her for help. People she knew and loved. Friends and relatives. The little girl who lived next door. The shop owner with the bad leg. The bad-tempered teacher she had made. Their lives were discarded like worthless trash as the fire consumed one life after another. Skirk was helpless. All she could do was run, and so she did. If Sertology hadn't been there in that moment, the fire would have claimed her life too. And there she would have remained, left. Because she and her people were seen as a threat. As the initial merchant, for that reason, yeah, senseless as if those with power get to decide good and evil. No one wants to relive their most painful moments. Well, that Skirk is waiting over there. For both of us. Let's go to her.
So all this, just so you could bring her here?
I have things to say to you. Well, to me. I want someone to witness our reconciliation. Her suppressed emotional self. The version of herself she keeps locked in. All those rejected impulses. Those discarded aspects of your past selves. They are a part of me now. I am who you used to be. Someone you have refused to face for too long. So, I came to face you instead.
You're wrong. I've faced you all along. And that's exactly why I keep you locked here. Your existence makes me weak. Moments of joy and longing are when we are most vulnerable. Don't forget.
Even so, learning from the mistakes of the past doesn't have to mean erasing everything. Strip yourself of your so-called weaknesses, emotions like kindness and empathy, and what—
The difference is that I'm doing what is right, what is necessary. I allow you to exist, but with limited freedom. That is the greatest kindness I can offer. I've shouldered everything you—
That is the problem. I want to shoulder those things together. On the grand scale of the entire universe, maybe I'll think back to those nights of gazing at the stars, those afternoons of exploring the unknown. Think back and let them grant you peace. A brief respite from the pressure you put on yourself.
That isn't what we need.
Exactly what we need. Aren't you curious about why recovering your strength has taken longer than normal this time?
Finally, you get to the important part. That is the only answer I came here to find.
Then look around. Look at your inner world. You cast aside your dreams and curiosity, and in doing so, you lost your original motivation. You severed all connection to who you used to be, so you can no longer draw strength from your past. Now, the only things driving you forward—
And you think that—
Thank you for saying that. I knew bringing you here would be the right choice. To be honest, I'm not here to argue with you. This isn't about who's right or wrong. And in fact, I agree that in order to make it through the wake of that tragedy, we had to distance ourselves from the pain, the reason. But what is right at one point in time isn't always right forever. I know you will never forget that fire, and I know that among the voices that haunt you, mine is there too. Because deep down, you know that you didn't turn out to be the person you wanted to be. All those unfulfilled hopes are like knives to the heart. And I don't want you to hurt anymore. So even if you can't accept me...
I keep thinking, maybe it would be better if I had died. I wouldn't be haunted by that fire all the time. I wouldn't have to go on like this.
Your dad and I, we're not afraid to stare death in the face, but we need you to survive.
I'm sick of being a kid. There's so...
I remember. There was a song Mom and Dad always sang when we went out to fetch water. Dancing water. The sand along your path is begging for your song and movement. Will you carry this burden with you on your journey? I am not the dancing water, and you are not the burdensome sand. But...
Thank you.
I should be thanking you.
Run, Skirk, run! Remember, leave no one alive!
Heed my words, Skirk. Let fear take root in your soul.
Did you survive? Why was it only you?
Skirk, did you become a positive light in this world?
Hey, this doesn't have to be the end. Life is a gift. Don't let darkness claim it.
So, you saw my memories then. I once asked my master if survival of the strongest was the law of the universe. He said no. But in a world without order, those with no moral boundaries tend to be the ones who survive. That's why, after hearing his answer, an idea came to mind. An idea that, one day, I would create a new world order. One in which there would never be another tragedy like that fire. One in which power was not the law of the land. But that means I must defeat him. Because my master, Surtology, is, at the core, a defier of all rules and order. Yes, and not just because of the gap in our abilities, but also because I have no reason to see him as an enemy. Although his decision to train me was not made out of kindness, he did everything a master should. He saved my life, taught me the sword and the principles of strength. And for that, I respect him. I know, he's no longer into that, but he sends me messages through the abyss every now and then. Most of them are simple greetings, or an answer to one of my questions. Every time I hear from him, my heart skips a beat. And I wonder if this is the moment where he'll finally appear before me and tear down everything I've built to pieces. Maybe that means I do live in eternal fear, just like he said. Yes, I respect him, but I'm also afraid of him. And for that reason, the pursuit of strength consumes every moment of my life. I don't know what Master has planned, but I have to be ready. Help me?